Event 1990s NASA scientists used advanced lunar models to trace positions of the Earth, Moon, and Sun back through the centuries. Their findings were remarkable. On Friday, April the 3rd, 33 AD, a date many historians link to Crucifixion, a lunar eclipse would have been visible in Jerusalem just after sunset.
In the book of Daniel 9 verse 27, "And he shall confirm the covenant with many for 1 week, and in the midst of the week he shall cause the sacrifice and the oblation to cease, and for the overspreading of abominations he shall make it desolate, even until the consummation, and that determined shall be poured upon the desolate." Samuel Sheffield Snow writes, "In the midst of the week Jesus caused the sacrifice and the oblation to cease by offering himself as a lamb, without spot, to God upon the cross." The Hebrew word translated midst is by the Lexicon defined half, half part, middle, midst. The week was divided into 2 halves, and the event which was thus to divide it was the death of Christ. This event took place, according to Dr. Hales, one of the ablest and best chronologers, in the spring of AD 31. Ferguson has placed it in AD 33, but in order to prove, he assumes the rabbinical mode of reckoning the year, which is not correct. They commence the year with a new moon in March, but the Caraites with a new moon in April. The word Caraite signifies one perfect in the law. These accuse the Rabbins of having departed from the law and conformed to the customs of the heathen, and the charge is just, as they regulate their year by the vernal equinox, in imitation of the Romans, whereas the law says nothing of the vernal equinox, but required, on the 16th day of the first month, the offering of the first fruits of the barley harvest. But if the year be commenced according to the Rabbins with the new moon in March, the barley harvest could not possibly be ripe in 16 days from that time. The Caraites are therefore undoubtedly correct. In the spring of AD 31, Christ, the true sacrifice, was offered on Calvary. Then the veil of the temple was rent in twain, showing that the sacredness and significance of the sacrificial service had departed. The time had come for the earthly sacrifice and oblation to cease. The 1 week, 7 years, ended in AD 34. Then by the stoning of Stephen the Jews finally sealed their rejection of the gospel. The disciples who were scattered abroad by persecution went everywhere preaching the word, Acts 8 verse 4. And shortly after, Saul the persecutor was converted and became Paul the apostle to the Gentiles.